It's actually a really interesting thing they did here, creating a 3D street via the use of CGI rather than have it be all 2D looking. Take one here for all of the voices of the past in regards to him. You can see how it's all weighing him down, more so now after the events of episode 17 naturally. I felt that. No walking on the spot! Also, they were really gorgeous looking backdrop. Honestly, I really felt for him in this moment. How he's still on his feet with the horrific injuries he has is unknown to me, but he's a warrior and I wanted him to live, and yeah. Also, don't take one here for these incredible looking designs. It never ceases to amaze me how unique looking they are. Back-to-back wins here. Firstly, in spite of saying he's tired, exhausted even, he still launches into an attack against these things, his sense of duty overriding his body giving out. But secondly, it was for the animation on the attacks themselves that sadly I couldn't really get away with showing. Might sound weird, but I'm dropping max wins here. The animation is stunning and the music is beautiful, whilst being equally stunningly emotional for me as he's clearly getting taken out. Man. And another, for likely a 15 to 20 second long continuous motion shot where the camera never pans away from the action, just him slaughtering one into the next and the next. Beautiful, sad violence. Just like with win number 524, they do something similar here in regards to intelligent use of CGI, but in this case we get the addition of hand-on animation.
Itadori-kun. My god, that was way more sad than I thought it'd be. Complete stroke of genius, I think, to cut out all sounds bar the talking, made it really intense. Well played. Back-to-back wins again. Firstly, this is why I love subbed anime. The voices are perfection. You know he threw everything into this, you can feel it. But also it's what makes him such a good villain. The mocking tone. It's a different vibe of villain who doesn't do evil thing because he's evil. He's just really evil. Nice touch adding the red internal body juices spraying upwards as he runs through all the curses. So much is done here via facial reactions. It's like he's losing confidence in his attack already, turning from anger to doubt, maybe? You just gotta love how wildly varied the battles in this story can end up being. The world is their oyster when writing how these battles go down. Just sticking this one up there as a great follow-up to win number 539. It's brilliant here how simple it is, but they just let gravity do its thing naturally. I've been talking about it for like half a dozen episodes by this point, but once again it's awesome to see his personal growth, how he's able to hold in his anger and now channel it instead like here. Simple one again, but that music in the background is an oddly banging tune. I really like that one oddly enough. How creepy this looked, but at the same time how well done it was with the lack of space becoming more and more obvious as time went on. Much the same as Chainsaw Man, for me Jujutsu Kaisen is king when it comes to insanely well choreographed battles. It really makes you feel like they're wildly fighting in that small space. In fact, again, take 2 max wins here for that ending there. It's beautiful, so smooth. With damage animations like that, you'd think we'd be out here watching the first 61 episodes of One Piece or something! Yeah! What was I saying earlier on about unique and creative looking battles that are possible in this one? It's another continuous motion shot, albeit a lot of a smaller one, but I can still seriously appreciate that effort. The scale of this fight just makes me think to myself, I'm in awe of how far along he's come since the start. The fact that he's somehow managing to keep up with this utter monster. I mean, come on now. The way that is done is incredible, really. Like, I genuinely don't really have any words for that win. Just going back in time a brief moment here to show us the tricks they've got up their sleeves from during the night and reminding us of the internal quarrel here. Oh my goodness, this is such a weird joy for me, because I'm currently covering One Piece. This guy voiced Buggy the Clown, so when he hit his head, I just heard that Buggy voice come out. I like her so much it's not even funny, bruh. She's so cool and sassy, but good to her friends. Yeah, she's a great one. Everything I literally just wrote, and she's awesome in battles too. Hot damn, she's got it all. I can't write what I wrote 2 wins back about how she's good to her friends, get an example of that right away in this episode, and then not give it a follow-up win now, can I? Just several stupidly great looking examples of little bits of animation in this episode. Can't show too much, people getting mangled and others' heads exploding, it's a whole thing. No running away on the spot! I know he's split in half and thus so is his power, but I still think it's awesome how these two have been able to keep up with him to this point. Well now, they just went ahead and earned themselves the biggest of Mac's 2 wins for that. She came into her own. I was shocked, bruh. The animation was stunning. Max wins all day. There's that ping pong the animation on display again, and I absolutely love it. It fits this series so well. I know people can have opinions and all, but it does annoy me that some people created posts saying how bad the animation was this season, and yeah, I don't get it at all. It's crazy to me. There's heads being crushed a little and so much stuff, but I can show this easily enough. It reminds me of some animation from My Hero Academia, actually. I'm in love, boys and gals. It's genuinely so nice to see his expression go from one of despair to one of hope in his friends. Just some of the cleanest and smoothing looking running animations I've seen in forever.
In fact, you can't do so much running animation when you really didn't have to do it. Like, insane amounts to be quite frank, and not expect to get max wins as a reward. So here you go.
Itadori.
They've truly gotten better and better at building tension in the best of ways. His voice acting was incredible there. The lack of music and the heartbeat rising was a great touch. I'm worried. Getting to see her as a kid was an unexpected surprise. Still much the same girl, maybe just a little more wild. This scenery shot looking so damn good that at a glance you'd think it was legit real.
私は赤も黒も好きだけど、みんなは水色が嫌いだったみたい。
ねえ、フミのランドセルさ、交換しよう。
It's one of those simple moments where you don't need to spell it out for me. We learn what kind of a person she was and still is. A kind girl who stands up for what is right, putting herself in harm's way.
いつも突然訪ねてくる私たちを嫌な顔一つせず迎え入れてくれた。情も柔らかくなって、なんというか、品のようなものが身についていったんだと思う。
Felt like this whole background was really nicely added to build her into the woman she is right now in the present. How she became more graceful meeting this lady and everything else.
それから少しして、沙織ちゃんの家の様子がおかしくなった。それからさらに少し経って、沙織ちゃんが引っ越した。
Man, they really didn't have to show all that much for it to have a serious impact. Just hearing those screams in the background from a deeply sad little Nabara. Oh, she thought she wasn't going to cry when she left her. Like she wasn't as important to Nabara as the kind lady who had moved away, but then this happens. So much emotion in that too. Worth another one here for her crying as well. She didn't think she was capable of it.
今の普通の私見たらがっかりするだろうな。
Pretty simple win, nothing fancy, just learning what happened to her, that she still thought of the girls in the present, and yeah, good seeing what she's up to.
あの村の連中は全員頭がおかしい。そんなことはない。
っていうわけでもなかったかな。
That music kicking in and just understanding now how the reminiscing about the young girls was meant to flow into this moment, and it's really got me sad thinking this could be her end.
ごめんね、ふみ。約束守れなくて。
Yeah, that one got me. The last one was close, and then this one... Yeah, man.
虎杖、みんなに伝えて。悪くなかった。
Then that ending right there. Seriously powerful stuff. What a story.
クリーニング済みのシャツを私たちに任せて置いていった伊地知さん。コーヒーをこぼした私。手が悪い。
お前。
This, an unexpected start to the episode.
チルがよ。
Somehow managing to make the shirt and the stain look real? What witchcraft is this? When you contrast this to what's been going on in the city almost this entire season, it really becomes obvious how little these guys got to just be young and happy together like this. I won't show it, but the sight of her after the attack, that's horrible. Basically having a mental breakdown here after everything he's seen, done and heard over the past day. It's just too much for him and now overwhelms him with a very realistic and hard-hitting reaction. Two wins here. Firstly, as much as I loathe him, I cannot overlook that animation during the attack looking godlike. Secondly, it's very anti-anime for a character to immediately attack after something like this. Normally there'd be some long talk or whatever.
Max wins here. Between the painful animation of him being thrown around like this and that absolutely fantastic voice acting on display, it just gets it. If you thought for even a split second this wouldn't get Max wins after how I gushed about this dude in the first season video, you're insane, bruh. Get help. I'm freaking out. I need help too.
五条悟を取り戻す戦いからできうる限り敵戦力を削ぐ戦いへと。
Just showing that because I think this guy has such an awesome voice. He's one of my top 10 favorite characters ever on my anime list page, and for good reason. I'm so damn hyped that he's here, you got no clue.
起きろブラザー。俺たちの戦いはこれからだ。
He's so awesome! Guy is a wins machine, I swear.
だけどできなかった。俺はただの人殺しだ。もう。
Itadori is putting on a career best performance here. Well, you know what I mean. Excellent voice acting abilities. Reminds me of Eren at the end of season 2 of Attack on Titan losing his mind. Okay, I'm going on record. He's getting max wins because in all of anime, my top 3 of all-time abilities in no order, it's All Might, Isaac Netero, and this damn guy. I love it.
俺たちが生きている限り、死んでいった仲間たちが真に敗北することはない。
That's a hell of a speech, and it involves more than I'm your friend, I'm here for you, let's do this. There's substance, tough love a little bit, actual genuine caring, amazing stuff.
俺の術式を施しました。また攻撃を食らえば傷は増えるし、その傷に関しては俺の術式は対象外です。
I adore thoughtful abilities like this. Actually, 2 wins for this, so firstly, it's another unique ability. Secondly, what I was going to say is that it's not OP, but it's still super useful. It stops your current injuries getting any worse, but it doesn't heal them or stop new ones from happening.
東堂さんの弟、あんま似てへんな。
Also, the fact that he thought that they were literal brothers.
呼吸も脈も止まってましたが、時間はそんなに経ってないんで、助かる可能性はゼロじゃない。
You know what? Giving me that much needed help for my girl, you get a win for doing that. Man, oh man, I truly hope she's still alive. You have no idea.
ゼロじゃないだけですからね。あんま期待せんといてくださいよ。
Not running on the hope-giving spot. I think the problem is, going back to an earlier point, people see this and go, oh, it's different, it's bad animation, without understanding it's a fluid and entirely different style of animation. Feels like an awesome time for a follow-up to another earlier win regarding how insanely unique and creative the battles can be in this one.
それだけじゃないんだよな。かわすか。
And that is one of the many reasons he's one of my all-time favourite characters, is not only is his ability great, but he's physically able to move and attack and dodge whilst watching Itadori.
おかえり。
That's badass!
弱いからやり方を間違えた。弱いから間違いを突き通せなかった。
I appreciate the story checking back in with him. We learn the full scope of his plan to send in the best and keep away those more likely to perish in the fighting and a bunch of other stuff.
その人が守られたいのは俺じゃなかったかもしれないのに。
Also though, because it allows for his story to come to its close now too, as he gets to finally reveal his true feelings for her this way at least.
どんな形であれ、お前が幸せなら俺の願いは叶ったも同然だ。
Yeah, go on. Take one final win here for him as a character. He was really given the spotlight this season, and that truly allowed for his character arc to be wrapped up beautifully, I think. I'll tell you another thing too, his ability wouldn't be half as good as it is without his brain being able to constantly play out like a game of chess where everyone will be for an attack and defense. I'm pretty sure that using a song from the first season's big fight only makes it more epic. Who mentioned unique looking battles? How you can see him in slow motion going to clap his hands slowed down. I gotta go heap praise. Without the physicality, without the brain power and fast thinking, it means nothing. This is what makes him so powerful and I love it. So very much running this season. I mean, come on, that's some serious All Might / My Hero kind of greatness right now. I won't lie, Toho has not been kind to me. They haven't been striking me, but they've claimed every single video cutting down my revenue. This 100% would have been claimed, so take the whole thing as an awesome looking attack win.
120% のポテンシャルを引き出すに至る。
I can't ignore that now, can I? That's good. Hype! That song there really singing to me personally, plus the incredible ending and its animation as the battle grows even larger, which is just scary as a prospect to be honest. Also though, going without an ED this episode in order to gift us this final bit to the amazing episode. Art style change to end the episode. Just a scary good looking mixture of CGI with hand-on animation there. Todo just keeping calm no matter what happens. He's taking everything in his stride fighting this incredibly dangerous foe and showing his professionalism doing so. Who mentioned unique looking battles though? Exactly what I'm talking about when I mention his brain power. The ability to, whilst fighting, watch Itadori and his enemies and switch them perfectly whilst thinking about how to do it best. I legit don't like seeing Todo getting hurt. It makes my stomach hurt, but I can't skip by that animation goodness. Might sound dumb, but I only just understood how clever what he just did was. He threw a coat hanger and then switched places with it to close the distance and attack from the rear. I continue to love it. I ain't ever gonna stop loving the curse animation. I feel like they should get one here for how final boshish they've made this feel. The size and scope is like that of the end of a huge JRPG with end of the world kind of vibes. Another big anti-anime trope. He was kept away from the action for like a couple of minutes and then boom, he's back! It's like a sight of horrific beauty in a weird way, two sides of the same coin. That's got some serious Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant arc type vibes with the rush into the palace if you know the bit I'm talking about. God, I just adore that! With Mob Psycho 100 over with, we're not often blessed with images like this anymore, so take that grateful win. This season is legit too much for me sometimes, people leaving the story forever, and now Todo had to take his own hand off to defend the rest of his body. I mean, I got no words. I don't often get physical symptoms of being nervous watching anime, but this one is one of the very rare times that I did, thinking he may get taken out just then. Whew! It's very sweet that he's got Itadori in the necklace alongside that woman he loves so much. But it was a shock. I don't even know what's happening, but it's legit making me freak out right now. I think it's time for another 2 Max Wins award for that stunning point in the now long-running battle, but I won't lie, I'm still so nervous for Todo. Rest easy, brother. Take a final win before you sleep, my friend. I love this anime so much, it's incredible.
Happy birthday ってやつさ。Itadori?
I don't get it, I don't like it, and I don't understand it. Pretty sure 2 of those are the same thing, but never mind. For some reason, I fully expected to find Itadori on the ropes, and yet he starts the battle composed and able to fight. I'm so shocked it equals a win. For me, this is the ultimate case of a fresh battle I often talk about. Each and every move is totally unique to the last, with seemingly none being repeated at all. I'm an all, baby! Credit to the story writer for making this battle take place in such varied locations, from the train station, the street, to the streets again, back underground, and so on. I don't understand how they are, but yes they are, and I'm so here for it. What an arc this has turned out to be, one of the best ever to my mind. How can they make it so much more badass than it already was? This is one of those battles where I legit don't even know what's going on, but it totally doesn't stop it from still being sick.
腕なんて飾りさ。拍手とは魂の。
Top 5 moments of I did not see that coming, because I didn't think he'd A, still be able to clap, and B, still be able to get up and do said clap. He is the height of awesome. Max wins for this. They got themselves back-to-back Max wins, baby! What a shot that was! Glorious animation and effects swirling together in a portal of awesomeness. So much time, effort and energy gone into that. His words to him here at the end are boom chilling. Also in line with the previous win, naturally this reaction is apt. Also, speaking of apt, the vision that he's the hunter, the wolf, quietly stalking his prey, the rabbit. Nice! That very human reaction reminds me of how Gojo felt when he himself was taken out. They may be curses, but they very much love to live and have true human-like fear when they sense the end. It may sound wrong, but after everything this awful entity has put our heroes through, it's good to see him like this at the end of things. Oh, you have got to be freaking kidding me, bruh! What an ending to an episode! Getting a good look at the horrific damage left over so far from the incident.
五条が消えて、今後虎杖にどんな処分が下ろうと、俺がお前らにつくことはない。
I actually thought this was a good and realistic approach to that part of the story. It's only very natural that many would want to see the end of Itadori after what's happened and with no Gojo.
はしたない私は嫌いかい？
そんな
すまない、折り返しが入った。
Well, that was both weird and unexpected, but win-worthy due to finding out that they're both still alright.
主要先進国への負の連鎖も免れないだろう。腐っても日本は世界第3位の経済大国だからね。
Talking about realism, getting to see the outside world whilst this happens, plus effects on other countries, damage to world economy and everything else, was a nicely added touch, I think.
具合悪い？
俺はなんだ。
Perfect time to bring this guy back by my estimations. I mean, that has to get another unique ability related win, because that was, well, that was just weird. He really does resemble a wounded but still fierce looking wolf or something here. Man, I don't even understand what just happened. Did he try to attack him? Did he think he was going to get attacked and so tried to attack him first? Fill your boy in. This is wild.
合図。標的は西宮の真下。
バット
Oh my goodness, I totally forgot about these guys and now they've turned up on the scene suddenly.
ひたすら刀を振るった。
The animation on the damage done to the city, both internally and externally, is shockingly well done.
渦巻き。
For like the 5th or 6th time this season, the animation is pure god level in terms of quality when it comes to these curses and everything else. Stunning looking.
日下部さん、先生が前出てきちゃ意味ないでしょ。
I love it. With this guy previously wanting to avoid combat, I had written him off as a weaker sorcerer, and so to find out here that he's actually very powerful is amazing.
何者だ。
側分けとすぐる。中身は知らねえよ。
Also, though, I am so happy I can't even express it properly that people have finally turned up in proper numbers to help.
カモノリトシや。カモノリトシ？私？
史上最悪の術師。
よくも俺に虎杖を弟を殺させようとしたら。つまりユージも血のつながった俺の弟。
I'd be lying if I said I understood what's going on exactly, but correct me if I'm wrong, he's basing his feelings upon how he felt when he thought Yuji had died, right? Great bloody plot twist! They are so getting max wins for this plot twist. He's now attacking former allies, protecting Yuji. He's really strong and the animation is outstanding. I can't stop loving it. Who said about this anime having unique powers? The very freshest of freshly baked battles. In fact, they can have max wins again for that. There's so many gorgeous looking shots in it, so smooth and varied.
なんとしても獄門鏡を奪い取るぞ。
Starting to get seriously hyped by the notion that everyone is now getting into the fight against this foe.
光呪法。
氷の術式。しかもなんてハイレベルな。
Yet another new and unique type of ability. Front to front wins! First up to bat is the fact that this legend, yes he's now a legend since he's on their side, is so unafraid that he faces her down like this, badass. Second to bat is Itadori, also being a legend and smashing the ice holding him in, and doing so whilst looking like a, you guessed it, badass.
とりあえず一回呼んでみてくれないか。
お兄ちゃんと
That! It's so out of nowhere, but I adore that it's happened.
彦維持法束縛
Another Max wins! They went all Hollywood, the old good kind anyway. Right there, with like a zoom out effect, it was glorious, plus the effects themselves. I cannot speak highly enough of them.
久しぶりだね。ゲト君、あの時の答えを聞かせてもらおうか。
I think it's her from the start of the season. I do believe it's her.
どんな女がタイプだい？
つくもゆき
I was right, it is her! My god, how could this season get any better? I truly do not know, but it somehow keeps on doing it.
他の国はもちろん、世界各国が黙っちゃいない。生身の人間がエネルギー源なんだ。
Just as I mentioned during the last episode, it's really good, I think, to be seeing things from a world perspective now. It feels like the best time to widen the scope of this world. The wind just casually doing its thing like it should do.
力を与えただけで人々が殺し合いを始めるとでも？
物事には順序があるのさ。
From my limited understanding being an anime only, I think this gets a win for, I believe, setting up the next big arc of the story in a big way.
まさか。
これがこれからの世界だよ
Putting a huge amount of frames into this moment. Feels very fitting to give another win here for these outstanding looking cursors and the animators who toiled so hard on making them come to life like this. That's some beautiful music right there. Really reminded me of a song from like the Trails games franchise. Being nice to animals is always a win. I didn't expect us to get 3 big moments over the last episode, and this one starting to seriously deep dive and explore the wider world and normal people and how they're all being affected. Further exploring events likely to take centre stage during the next arc, plus so many shots of different locations, it's crazy.
円安止まんね
え。輸出する分にはいいんだっけ？
Animating multiple people moving within one scene.
呪霊の存在を公表するそうだ。呪霊の存在を公表する
I mean, this is huge. It's fantastic. It really reminds me of the huge way that My Hero Academia blew up with its latest season becoming so much larger in scale than it had been before.
なんだよ。おい。
Getting a real good look at what this actual nightmare is like for normal people who've up till now just been leading their everyday lives. Also, I won't show it as it got a little bloody, but a curse smashes through and it caught me so off guard I literally exclaimed, "Oh my god." Just like a few episodes ago, this is a really clever and decent use of CGI to my mind. Okay, that was hands down one of the creepiest things I've seen in anime in probably the last 2 or 3 years. Oh my god, that really is creepy, and this is coming from someone who's seen legit hundreds of horror movies and for the most part isn't scared by them. Is that who I think it is? Is that the kid from the movie?
ごめんね。びっくりした。
That is so awesome! What a time to bring him back! A huge sight for sore eyes, a massive plot twist, and it's getting a massive Max 2 wins!
見えてるんだっけ?
That kind of thing is stupidly well done for me. He notices her shoes are worn, no exposition, he's defended against the thing by Rika, and then shields the image from her eyes. Man, it's so good!
虎杖裕二は僕が殺します。
Okay, now that too is also getting another unexpected plot twist. Season 3, let's go! I can't believe we've got back-to-back-to-back plot twist wins, but that's the world we live in, because this is also right up there with the best. I can't believe it. Then this is the 3rd plot twist win. They're doing my boy Kiro Kazuma dirty here. Getting to see our main character with now permanent new scars. Always a favourite of mine when characters don't heal up between scenes like nothing happened. of the video, my best guess is this is what life is like for anyone now living in these areas, and he's taking them out. I loved this season so much. Thanks so much for joining me. See you in season 3. Darth Weirdo, Matthew Blancett, Mao Liao, The Elemental Awards, Christopher Willis, Draki, Fancy Turtle, Kepan, Minimasher, Marquez, Orkeeper, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Bird Without a Word, Brandon Creer, Brian Bayot, Cameron, Christopher Tarasa, Commander Cyrus, Doggos for Life, Dragonstorm 35, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Aaron Winters, Guru, I Am Here, Your Edvinson, Kevin Alston, Cumfroik, Carly Welp, Lisa Marie Timp, Luis Minito, Magnus, Nathan Burr, Nightly Winter, Peter Milligan, Ruby Rose, Sataka Yari, Zyonx 44, Sean, The 100s, Tiger Lily Warrior, Subito, Wicken Faye, Ali 50, Brainless Ben, Cecilia, Cedric, Cloud Garden, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Devon, Iso, Garrett Vermish, Gibbs, Isel Caldera, Jason Davies, John, Jafford 6263, Calnock, Kevin Nelter, Kevink 102, Knuckle Duster, Chris Madden, KY158, Carl Jones, Laxor, Laxus, Liam Gogati, Lifty, Lionel Schultz, Marvin, Malcarius, Michael Lewis, Modiverum, Mudini, Mr. Firecool, Natsu Dragneel, Nick Monaco, Nick Pell, 9028, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Q Flash, Ryan DeVirus, Sentimento, Storm 970, TRS, The Danish Muggle, Tricky Nicky, Willyman.